Working with a flavor house and getting great results quickly is more complex than simply asking for different flavorings. Everyone thinks that they are the experts and they know which flavor profile are better for your product, but this is a mistake. In this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes to avoid when you're working with flavor houses so you can get great results quickly. Hi there, I'm Manon Galizi, the founder of EPICSI, where we help you create a food business and products that truly resonate with your consumers. If you are a food and beverage startup and you feel frustrated with endless back and forth between you and flavor houses, you don't know which direction to go to find the right flavor profile, or you struggle to get the result you want for your product, you have come to the right place. And make sure you stay until the end of this video because I'm also going to share with you my 5 top tips to work more effectively with a flavor house. Let's start by explaining flavor houses' main department and expertise so you will have a better understanding on how they work. The first one is the analytical team. This department is responsible for extracting and analyzing raw materials using machines such as GCMS to determine their composition, specifically their flavor compounds. They create a report with a list of flavor compounds and their quantities to help the flavorist during flavor matching and flavor creation. The flavorist team is of course responsible for creating flavor samples in their laboratory. Usually 80% of their job is flavor matching and 20% flavor creation. But that really depends on the size of the business and the flavorist specialty. The application team is full of food scientists who select the best flavor profile for various food and drink applications. They also work very closely with the flavorist to taste their flavors and help them perfect the desired flavor profile. Most flavor houses have dedicated labs for savory, nutrition, beverages, bakery, confectionery, and dairy. They also offer recipes development for specific customers. The sensory department work alongside the application and the flavorist teams to host flavor lexicon training and collect data around flavor perception and acceptance for specific customers' projects. The regulation team is responsible for monitoring the flavor legislation in different countries and keeping the flavorist team updated. They create safety data sheets and technical documents for manufactured flavorings. The QA and QC teams are responsible for validating raw materials upon delivery and each flavoring's production, considering both technical and sensorial aspects. They also test newly creating flavorings to assess their safety and technical features, which are then included in the regulatory document for customers. The marketing teams work closely with the flavorist and applications team to create trends presentation that inspire customers. They also do market research and consumer surveys for specific customers' projects. The flavorings extract essences and essential oils that the flavor houses manufacture and sell are complex chemical substances. And they require the expertise of the flavorist, of course, but also all of the different teams I mentioned to achieve a perfect solubility, stability, flavor profile, and compliance with the legislation in different applications. This is why flavorists can be expensive and time-consuming to create. Let's have a look at the 7 common mistakes made by the food industry. 1. Assuming that flavorings are cheap. It is basically impossible to tell you how much flavoring costs on average. This depends on their process, their raw material used, and their quantities. Especially if you want an impactful flavoring with a complex flavor profile, it will cost. It is the same as buying a car. The price will depend on the type of car, the brand, the space, the speed, the options, etc. 2. Assuming that flavorings have a strong impact. The impact of a flavoring on a product will depend on various factors, such as ingredient interaction, pH, water activity, fat, sugar and salt content, process, and packaging. For example, some raw materials are more volatile than others, and therefore the flavorings need a high concentration of these raw materials to be able to taste the desired flavor profile, especially after a harsh process. 3. Asking for authentic flavoring. The term authentic doesn't mean anything. Even freshly picked strawberries will have different flavor profiles. Authenticity is subjective. It can mean different things to different people according to their upbringing, familiarity, and culture. 4. Using the same flavoring in different applications. The flavor profile will depend on the same factors we mentioned before, such as ingredient interaction, fat, sugar, salt, process, and the volatility of the flavoring raw materials. Therefore, the same flavoring will taste completely different in a muffin, a flavored water, and ice cream. 5. Thinking that every flavoring is achievable naturally. Some flavor compounds, like the ones that create wheaty, biscuity, and nutty notes, can't be extracted naturally from nature, or when they can, they are very, very expensive. This is because the flavor legislation protocol for extracting or producing natural flavor compounds is very strict and has to avoid harsh chemicals and processes. 6. Asking for one or multiple flavors without precising the flavor profile. For example, asking for 3 different strawberry flavors. Flavor houses have thousands of flavoring in their database and flavor library. For instance, they may have hundreds of strawberry flavors, and as you can imagine, they don't have time to try them all. They will give you some recommendation based on flavor profile that will fit better your product, but they won't be able to go deep into the specific flavor profiles as they do not know your target consumers and what their preferences are. What you're doing is you're letting flavor houses make decisions for you in terms of flavor profile, except that they are shooting in the dark. 7. Not providing blends of ingredients or recipes. The more gaps you create between your ingredients and process and the one from the flavor house, the bigger the flavor will be different once it's in your product. These details have a huge impact on flavor profile and flavor impact. All of these mistakes explain why so many products fail during the product development stage, especially during consumer testing. You then need to request more flavors and repeat the process, which is a waste of your time and money. Earlier in this video, I said I will share with you my 5 top tips to help you work more effectively with a flavor house. Tip number 1, engage suppliers at the earliest. Maximize the benefits of working with flavor houses, as their insight can guide you and prevent wasting time with incompatible flavors for your product. Tip number 2, discuss flavor profiles and strengths. Flavor houses may have thousands of flavoring in their library. Provide them with your target consumers, specific flavor profile, and benchmark product based on your research to help them narrow down and make the process more effective. Tip number 3, provide a detailed brief. To ease the flavor selection or flavor creation, create a spreadsheet or Word document with as much information as possible, such as project deadline, country where you're planning to launch your product, nutritional information, process, shelf life, and flavoring continues. Additionally, include any questions you may have. Take the time to do this step to save you time and avoid problems in the future. Tip number 4, send the base, premixes, or ingredients. For every project you work on with a flavor house, send them ingredient premixes and simplified recipes. It is understandable you want to protect your recipe, but trust me, this will save you time and money in the long run. It will allow you to minimize errors and adjustments, maximize flavor delivery, and save time by avoiding back and forth with flavor iterations. Tip number 5, consider deadlines and MOQs when requesting flavors. Flavor selection from an existing flavor library will take 2 to 4 days. A flavor creation for bespoke flavoring can take up to 2 weeks. For flavor production, liquid flavoring MOQs start from 5 to 25 kilos and can take up to 2 to 6 weeks. And spray-dried flavorings MOQ are usually 25 kilos and can take 4 to 6 weeks. Thank you for watching. And if you are a food and beverage startup that is using flavorings on a regular basis, you need to understand better how to use them and how to get the best out of them. So check out this video over here, which is the 3 things you need to know before using flavorings. where we deep dive into the essential tips and tricks that can make your product development faster and more effective. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!